Hey everyone, it is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Tonight we're making something so simple but yet so very tasty. It is cinnamon roll pie cookies. A lot of these ingredients you're already going to have in your house except for the pie crust that you're going to need, Pillsbury. You'll need to buy one box of these which will have 2 pie crusts in it. You'll also need 6 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, which we're going to divide because we're going to use one of each of these for the pie crust. So 3 tablespoons of packed brown on one and 3 on the other. A half cup of pecans, so each pie crust will get 1/4 cup. 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. I have the generic version here. 2 teaspoons of milk. 1/2 cup powdered sugar, and 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla. So that's the ingredients you're going to need for this evening. What you're going to want to do though is a half hour before you're ready, you're going to want to take these pie crusts out of the refrigerator and let them sit at room temperature for at least a half hour. I probably had about 45 minutes or so, but that's just because I was trying to get other things done. So a half hour it says to let these sit out before you use them. We're going to heat the oven to 400 degrees. Even though we're not going to use the oven right away, I just wanted to tell you that. We're going to line 2 large cookie sheets with parchment paper. It doesn't say wax paper, it says parchment paper. Then we're going to unroll the pie crust. See if I can find a pair of scissors in my drawer. Yes, here they are. We'll do one at a time. I'm going to put a little flour on the counter. Roll that out. And then it says to roll it out to roughly 11-inch by 12-inch rectangle. Well, we have a circle here. So we're going to try to get a rectangle out of that. But my husband happens to have his 25-foot tape measure. So let's see what it is to start off with. Well, right now that's 11 by 11. So we'll just stretch it this way, maybe an inch. Because that would be 11. Oh, well, heck. It's about 11.5 by 11. Okay. We're just going to stretch it a little bit. I'll get a little bit more flour here. What I do with my flour, folks. It's back here. So organized. Okay. Move the stuff out of the way. So we're going to try to get a rectangle out of this. It's kind of working out. It's turning into a rectangle. Let's measure it now. Okay. I'm looking at it. I know I am. Tape measure. What did I do with it? Does anyone else lose things this easily? Am I looking at the tape? Yeah, back here it is. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we got it big enough. Actually, I have it about a 12 by 12. That's going to have to do. So it says, spread 3 tablespoons of brown sugar evenly over the crust, then sprinkle 1/4 cup of chopped pecans on. So let's get another 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup. We're going to do this evenly. See if I can get that in there without getting it all over the... Didn't do too good with that, but that's all right. Okay, there we go. So first, we're going to spread 3 little tablespoons. Aren't they cute? I'll put them here. I'm going to break them up a little bit. Try to get it evenly spread over. You're probably wondering, why don't we have to put butter or anything like that in there? Well, guess what? We're going to have powdered sugar and milk and stuff mixed all together to kind of sprinkle over the top. Good. Then I'm just going to take a spoon Kind of spread it out more evenly. Now, let's sprinkle the 1/4 cup chopped pecans. Some of these didn't get quite as chopped as I would like. I'm going to spread those out a little bit too. And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to sprinkle that. Now that's going to be a little tricky to sprinkle that. So I'm going to have to kind of put that in my hand too. I'm just going to put that little teaspoon and try to sprinkle it with my fingers. Okay. Roll up tightly from shorter end. Well, I really don't have a shorter end on this. It's about even. Press edge to seal. Wrap tightly in plastic wrap. So we're going to roll this up tightly. Get rid of the excess flour. Nobody likes too much flour on a cookie. Let's get rid of it. And then we're going to wrap it up in plastic wrap and we're going to put it in the refrigerator for a half an hour. So, kind of twist the ends here. There we go. Going back in the refrigerator for a half an hour. And then after that, we're going to get ready to bake it. I'll be back in 30 minutes. We'll get the first one out of the fridge. And I'm going to cut the ends off. Well, that one looked like it might have been pretty good. What they want you to do then is cut these in 1/2-inch slices. Can I speak? 1/2-inch slices? With a sharp knife. And then we just lay them down this way. This side up. So they should look something like this. And just put them about 1 inch apart on your cookie sheet with the parchment paper. Have your stove preheated to 400. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a dozen on each tray. Bake it in the oven at 400 for 8 to 12 minutes. Start checking it at 8 minutes and you'll know they're done when they're golden brown around the edges and the filling begins to bubble. 8 to 12. Next, we'll be making the icing that we're going to drizzle on. For the icing, you're going to need 1/2 cup powdered sugar. You'll need 2 teaspoons of milk and 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla. And we'll mix that up once the cookies come out and they cool. I'll be back with you in about 20 minutes or so because I'm going to bake both racks. I put mine in for about 9 minutes. The edges are golden brown, if I can find, here it is. And the filling is starting to bubble. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put the next tray in. I'm just going to put it in for about 9 minutes. And I'm going to let these cool for about 3 minutes on the tray. And then I'm going to put them on the rack to finish cooling before we put our icing on. They look good. And you know what? Right now, it is 20 till 10 at night. And I've been suffering from heartburn. They put me on Prilosec, which seems to be helping. But probably eating at 10 o'clock at night is not a good idea before I lay down to go to sleep. So, Thankfully, these cookies are small, and I shall limit myself to just one. Just one, no more than one at 10 o'clock at night. So I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Well, the cookies, the first batch has cooled on the rack long enough, so I'm going to put it on parchment paper on the counter. We're going to mix up our icing, and this made about 3 dozen. And for tonight, I'm going to try this itty bitty one because, you know, I have to try it out and let you know what I think. That's just a little baby bit. And we'll mix it around. See if it turns into something we can drizzle. If not, I'll add a little bit more milk, but I think it'll be okay. Oops, I'm making more of a mess. I tell you what, the way I like confectioner's sugar, you might want to make more than this, because to me, this doesn't seem like enough for all of these, but we'll see. You can add as much or as little as you'd like. I'm going to stir just a little bit more. We're just going to drizzle it on each cookie. Here again, I like a lot on mine. I mean, I guess it depends on how many calories you want to have on your cookies. So I'm going to finish these up. And where's my little baby one? Here's my little baby one. I'm going to put my sugar on it. Whoops. Got a little too much there. Let's just see here. Really, you should have a drizzle that looks like this. But mine just has a glob on it. But let's just see what I think. Yeah, they're good. They're very good. A simple treat. I like it. I think you will too. It doesn't take long to make. And just put all that sweet goodness on top. So I'm glad you joined me once again here on Dee's Delights. I hope you enjoyed this evening. And I hope you have a wonderful week. See you soon.